Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
Assalamu alaikum and greetings, alishanmao here. Today in this video we are going to take a look and review the new Arkbird vertical takeoff and land fixed wing or flying wing RC aircraft. Now this is an electric RC flying wing which uses dual motors because it has to vertically take off and hover properly, and then it can transition in the air to the proper airplane or standard airplane mode, and when you want to land it will transition back into vertical hovering mode and you can land it. So basically you can hover this aircraft vertically, take off vertically, transition in the air, fly it around like an traditional aircraft or flying wing, and then transition back to the vertical or hover mode and land. Now Arkbird vertical takeoff and land fixed wing RC electric aircraft is available as a kit version. You can find the ordering link in the video description. Now in order to assemble and build it and make it fly, you will need a combination and a good recipe of these. Number one, love, patience for this hobby, and plenty of time. Not to mention tinkering and patience as well. Because when we talk about these kind of kits, these are not just build everything exactly as shown. Sometimes you have to do, with patience and love, a lot of DIY work. So remember, first thing is love, patience, and time to build this thing. Number two, you will need electronic parts. You will need motors. Now I found two 800 kV motors laying around in my RC junk, so I don't have to order the motors. I'm gonna use these motors to spin 8 to 10 inch propeller. Well, the kit actually says you can spin 8 to 9 inch propellers, but I'm gonna spin probably 10 inch propeller on these 800 kV motors. The kit actually states that you should use at least 1500 kV motors, but hey, choice is all yours. After that you will need 30 amp ESC. Well, you can go with 20 amp ESCs as well, but I went with Platinum, Hobbywing Platinum 30 amp ESCs. Now when we talk about the ESCs, if they have a BEC or 5 volt supply, it's fine. If not, you will have to order a separate BEC unit, UBEC unit as well. And of course you need propellers, you need radio control, you need a receiver, you need batteries. Now this kit is rated for 4S battery, so you better have some 4S batteries laying around, or you can go ahead and order the 4S batteries. And not to mention, you will also need two 9 grams servos, so go ahead, depending on your choice, you can go for an expensive and nice metal gear digital servos. For me, I had a lot of these servos laying around in my house. These are digital Metal Gear high-speed servos. I had these in stock for my OFM Swift TR260, the tilt rotor project. Well, I ordered a lot of these, so they are still here, and I'm gonna put them to good use with this RC aircraft or Arkbird vertical takeoff and land aircraft kit. These are digital Metal Gear high-speed servos. I had these in stock for my OFM Swift TR260, the tilt rotor project. Well, I ordered a lot of these, so they are still here, and I'm gonna put them to good use with this RC aircraft or Arkbird vertical takeoff and land aircraft kit. On the Banggood website you can find a list of what do you need to complete and build this aircraft kit. Of course you can always go with those recommended parts, or you can go with your own recommended parts or your own choice of parts if you have experience with this. You can find the links to all the parts to order in the video description, so go ahead and save yourself from searching. Now comes the interesting part, and that is brand related part. This is my brand, you must use my brand kind of thing. So in order to fly this RC aircraft or vertical takeoff and landing flying wing, you will need an autopilot and a stabilization system. And moreover, in order to use these vertical takeoff and then transition to standard modes and back to the vertical or hover mode, you will need in particular an Arkbird autopilot. So you will have to order an Arkbird Lite 2.0 autopilot with a GPS system. Now with the GPS it is good because your aircraft will auto return to home. Anyway, so Arkbird autopilot, you have to use this if you want to use these vertical takeoff and transition features, because with the Arkbird Lite, you will have a special firmware that especially and in particular is designed for this Arkbird vertical takeoff and land RC aircraft kit. So this is a kind of proprietary thing. You are using the Arkbird vertical takeoff and land RC aircraft kit. You must use the Arkbird autopilot, otherwise it will not work. Well, anyway, you can probably make it work with other autopilots as well, but it will require a lot of work and thinking and probably DIY stuff kind of thing. Anyway, so to make things simple, just go with the Arkbird Lite 2.0 autopilot. Download this special firmware in this Arkbird autopilot that supports this vertical takeoff and land RC aircraft flying wing kit. Alright, now that we have established all the basics and what we need to make it complete and make it fly, let's take a look at this kit and see what kind of components are there. And then, as per my time, I'm very busy these days, I know, a lot of videos to do, but anyway, I really want to build this kit because it has been sitting here for almost I don't know how many days. So I really want to build this kit and really want to enjoy it. I'm getting bored a little bit with the FPV racing quadcopters, and in particular micro FPV brushless quadcopters coming out daily from Chinese manufacturers. So I'm kind of getting overwhelmed with all of these. So I really want to get into this. I want to build this vertical takeoff and land RC fixed wing flying wing aircraft and see how well it behaves and see how well it flies and how much fun it can be. Not to mention, you can also first person view this aircraft, so you can always go ahead with a video transmitter of your choice and an FPV camera of your choice, and you can install that FPV system on board this aircraft. You can use the OSD of this Arkbird autopilot, but remember one thing: when you feed a kind of voltage like 3S and 4S to this autopilot will feed the same voltage to your video transmitter and your FPV video camera. So make sure your video transmitter and FPV video camera is using the same voltage or is rated for the same voltage. So for example, this kit recommends that you will use a 4S battery, so you will be feeding a 14.8 volt to this autopilot. This autopilot will feed 14.8 volt out to your video transmitter and FPV camera, so make sure your FPV camera and video transmitter can bear or are rated for that volt. You can always use a separate power supply which is suited for your FPV camera and video transmitter, and you can still use the OSD from here, but the setup becomes a little bit complicated. You have to be very careful because last time we had a smoke from one of these autopilots when trying to set up the video system with those. So here how this kit will look like after it is built. So this is just a glimpse of what you will see once it's built. That's a lot of work to build it basically. So anyway, it's good to see how the kit will look like. It looks kind of very attractive color scheme with the black and white only. Simple and attractive. Now let's see if I'm able to finish this build in time and properly, and we will see how well it will work and how much fun it can be. Thank you for watching the video, and thank you very much for your continued support towards my work on YouTube. Please subscribe to my channel and stay updated for all the regular video uploads. If you like this video, please hit the like button and share the link over your social sites.